Hey, what's up, everybody? Going to do a complimentary quad reaction, man. This complimentary quad reaction, it's featuring the music of Loggins and Messina. We're going to start off with, I guess it's a back-to-back double shot live, starting with my music. Then attached to it is Your Mama Don't Dance. After that, it's Angry Eyes, that's live as well. And finally, House at Pooh Corner. I'm not sure if that's live or not. I just want to give a shout out first and a thanks very much to John Hampton. John, thank you, man. I appreciate you sending me the recommendation and the links. I'm aware of Kenny Loggins by, he did the Top Gun theme, Danger Zone. I know he did a really cool duet with Stevie Nicks. Damn, what the hell is that song called? Whenever I Call You Friend. Not a sappy ass love song. A really, really nice ballad. And I know that he's done more. I know that he's very, very well renowned. And so I guess his collaboration with Messina is probably a big reason for that. I don't know much about his solo career. Anyways, man, enough chattering. So let's check this out, starting with my music and Your Mama Don't Dance. My mama used to dance her ass off, boy. She's still dancing up there. All right, man. My music, Your Mama Don't Dance. Let's get it.
Hey, little girl, won't you meet me at the schoolyard gate? I got backstage passes to the biggest show in town. So honey, don't you make me be late and leave a little early, and but hurry, we can get it with the band. The little Jimmy Smith has got his old man's band. So let's get to getting while the kid is riding and roll with the rhythm. God knows that I love my music. Ain't no one gonna change my tune. But don't you know that I love my music? Ain't never gonna change my tune. Hey, little girl, won't you dance with me all night long? The music got my buzzing and I'm feeling pretty loose. I feel the rhythm and it coming on strong. Let me lay a little rhythm on you, baby. The power in the sound. With everybody jumping, we can bring the house down. So let's get to getting while the getting is right and roll with the rhythm. God knows that I love my music. Ain't no one gonna change my tune. I don't you know that I love my music. Ain't never gonna change my tune.
I got two sexy sides, man. One is an alto and one is a tenor.
God knows that I love my music. Ain't no one gonna change my tune. But don't you know that I love my music? Ain't never gonna change my Ba-do-do-do-do-do-do. 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 Ba-do-do-do-do-do. My music. Ain't no one gonna change my tune. Don't you know that I love my music? Ain't never gonna change my tune. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Yeah, your daddy don't rock and roll, your daddy don't rock and roll. When evening rolls around and it's time to go to town, where do you go? To rock and roll. The old folks say that you gotta get your day by 10. If you're out on a date and you're bringing home late, it's a sin. It just ain't no excuse and you know you're gonna lose and not win. I said it again, and it's all because your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. When evening rolls around and it's time to go to town, where you go? To rock and roll. You hop into the backseat where you know it's nice and dark. You're just about to move in, you're thinking it's a breeze. It's like you're out in the car, say, out of the car, long hair, me. You're going me, they love about me. And it's all because your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. When evening rolls around and it's time to go to town, where you go? Rock and roll, where you go? Rock and roll, where you go? Rock and roll.
Nice, nice. Fun rock. That's what I call it. Nice. Of course, I know Your Mama Don't Dance. I wasn't sure who actually sang it, so it makes sense. Loggins and Messina. Now, of course, I know of Kenny Loggins, and I've heard of Loggins and Messina. Jim Messina. What became of Jim Messina? Is he still with us? Did he retire early? What happened to him? It's as if he might have fallen off the map. Maybe it's just my limited radar. But of course, I know that Kenny Loggins went on to do collaborations and solo works and whatnot, but I don't think that I've heard anything else from Jim Messina. But tune me in. Maybe he did go on to do other things, but I just I'm not aware of it. Anyway, hey man, really, really nice energy in that live performance there. And it's nice to see an act doing their thing on stage. You know, you can hear them, and then when you see them, you might have a deeper appreciation usually for who they are, what they look like, how they sound, that sort of thing. Yeah, excellent. All right, man. Nice little combination there between the two songs. But let's do a quick read for each song, man, and go from there. Well, don't have a choice because there isn't a lot of information, especially not for My Music. Alright, man. My Music. My Music appears on the album Full Sail. It's the third album by singer-songwriter duo Loggins and Messina, released in '73. It showed the versatility of the duo with everything from 1950s retro to island style to soft ballads. The single, My Music, charted at number 16, and the follow-up, Watching the River Run, made it to number 71. The album as a whole did better, reaching number 10 on the pop charts. And that's all the info given for My Music. Your Mama Don't Dance. Your Mama Don't Dance is a hit 1972 song by rock duo Loggins and Messina. Released on their self-titled album Loggins and Messina, it reached number 4 on the Billboard Pop Chart and number 19 on the Billboard Easy Listening Chart as a single in early '73. Overview. Jim Messina, on the inspiration for Your Mama Don't Dance, says, quote, My stepfather, from Arkansas, was not much of a mover or groover, but my mom loved music. She loved Elvis and Ricky Nelson. She loved R&B music as well. My stepfather was more of an Ernest Tubbs, Hank Snow, Johnny Cash kind of guy. There was not a whole lot of connection or understanding with me wanting to do music other than for my mom. So the line, "Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll," came from me thinking about how my mother wasn't really doing what she loves to do because my stepfather was not into rock and roll. He thought the Beatles were just screaming, long-haired idiots. So I grew up having to put up with that. But it was just a fun lyric with no intended social significance whatsoever other than my own experience of a kind of funky household. Unquote. The song, whose refrain and first verse is done in a blues format, deals with the 1950s and 60s lifestyle concerning the generation gap, where the parents opposed the rock and roll revolution of the younger generation, which includes the rebelliousness against the old society that monitors curfews on dating, as well as being arrested for making love with a girl in the backseat of a car during a drive-in movie, which happens during the bridge section of the song. When released as a single, it was the duo's biggest hit as well as a gold single. Okay, alright man, so that's the information given, or Wikipedia Song Fact info, of these two excellent songs, man. Great jamming songs, great party songs, maybe kick off the concert, get the blood going, and there you go, man. Alright, let's hit up our next track, man, and that being Angry Eyes. Angry Eyes, not to be confused with Hungry Eyes. Oh man, it's a long ass track too. 8 minutes long, damn. Alright, Loggins Messina, and it's live. Angry Eyes. Let's get it.
With those angry eyes, well, I bet you wish you could cut me down with those angry eyes. You wanna believe that I am not the same as you, but I can't conceive, oh Lord, what it is you're trying to do. With those angry eyes, well, I bet you wish you could cut me down with those angry eyes. What a shot you could be if you could shoot at me with those angry eyes.
I would attend a concert, just a saxophone concert. I know there isn't something. Let go on the same. Great harmony. Nice musicianship, good solos. Decent venue. Good shot of the crowd. Yeah. That's a nice evening out, man. Very nice evening out. If you were to come for a visit and you'd say, yo, man, STB, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do tonight, man? I'll say to you, yo, we're gonna go down to this really cool ass venue and we're gonna take in some Loggins and Messina, man. That's gonna be a really, really good night out. That's what we would do. Really excellent song. Angry Eyes. Never heard it before, man. Very nice. Great harmonies in it. These guys, not only are they good musicians, good entertainers, they're excellent singers and they harmonize very well. Good fit. Loggins and Messina. I've always heard Loggins and Messina, but this is actually the very first time that I'm actually laying eyes on Messina. Jim Messina is his name. And Loggins and Messina as a duo, as a pair. Good. I bet you that they're probably in the high echelons of favorite duo where music is concerned. No doubt. All right, man. Angry Eyes. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Some decent information, about 2.5 paragraphs. Angry Eyes appears on the album Loggins and Messina. In this song, Kenny Loggins and Jim Messina sing about someone looking down at them with angry eyes. It's not clear if this person is a romantic interest, a friend, or a business associate, but there are certainly many angry eyes in the music industry that can create the kind of suspicion and paranoia engendered in this song. There you go again, another reference about the music industry. The music industry back in the day being a very, very evil conglomerate, a dangerous ocean of sharks and predators where if you are a decent talent, you might not necessarily make it big due to being engulfed in this crazy ocean of predators, the music industry. I got to look into that more. I think by predicting, sometimes I have ESP and I can predict what my next learning curve is going to be. I think my next learning curve is going to be about the music industry itself, the perils of it, and the music industry being responsible for damaging many a great, potentially great budding artists. You know, I've heard it said before. Somebody said it once and it stuck with me. There are great talents out there, even greater than Led Zeppelin, that you have never heard of and you never will. Why? Look at the sharks in the music industry. And I'm thinking that that might hold some truth. Of course, there's always personal responsibility. But think about what happened to those fantastic lads, the Kinks, 16, 17 years old. If they had had decent direction in the form of, let's say, somebody caring like a Peter Grant to keep them online and to keep the sharks at bay, they would have been much bigger during the time period of the British invasion than they were. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, examples like that. I'm going off here, but it's one of those subjects that's really catching my ear lately. I wanted to say something else, but I'm losing. I have too much to say, so that's why I'm forgetting what I wanted to say next. But anyway, I'm tuning into the perils of being a musician, being in the industry, and being sometimes prey, to the industry. I'll leave it there. Where the hell was I, man? Alright. Loggins and Messina are best known for their hit song, Your Mama Don't Dance, but Angry Eyes is a much better representation of their work. Running almost 8 minutes with a 4-minute instrumental break, it's a very ambitious song credited to both members of the duo. Produced by Messina, it's a great showcase for the top-tier musicians who served as their band. Yeah, Messina's solo was fantastic, and I just love that dual thing that he did with the sax. Messina had the instrumental section mapped out for the musicians so they knew exactly what to play. The song was a staple of their set lists. This was released as a single from Loggins and Messina, which was their second album. Cut down to 2 minutes and 24 seconds, it went nowhere, but the full album version did very well on FM radio, helping the album sell over 1 million copies in America alone. Their first album, Sittin' In, was slated as Loggins' first solo album, with Messina serving as producer and guest musician, but their collaboration was so successful they ended up recording another 5 albums together. Each one they thought would be their last as a duo. Wow, very interesting. And that's a really cool dynamic. I guess it keeps you on the creative cut. You know, if you're thinking that, hey man, this is going to be our last collaboration where an album is concerned, hey, let me give it my absolute best type of thing. You know what I mean? So in an element like that, I'm sure that they brought out the very best in each other. Excellent. Yeah, when you're a part of a duo and you have somebody reliable to count on, that's a really, really good thing. It's probably sometimes even tighter than a group. You know, you can have members come and go. Some members aren't as committed, but as a duo, you're definitely holding that other person into account more so. You know what I mean? And so you kind of keep each other afloat, lift each other up. Those are my thoughts anyway. Alright man, let's check out our final track, that being House at Pooh Corner. Okay. Loggins and Messina, House at Pooh Corner. Let's get it.
Christopher Robin and I walked along under branches lit up by the moon, posing our questions to Owl and Dior as our days disappeared all too soon. But I've wandered much further today than I should, and I can't seem to find my way back to the wood. So help me if you can, I've got to get back to the house at the corner by one. You'd be surprised, there's so much to be done. Count all the bees in the hive, chase all the clouds from the sky, back to the days of Christopher Robin and Pooh. Doesn't know what to do, got a honey jar stuck on his nose. He came to me asking help and advice, and from here no one knows where he goes. So I sent him to ask of the owl if he's there, how to loosen a jar from the nose of a bear. So help me if you can, got to get back to the house at the corner by one. You'd be surprised, there's so much to be done. Count all the bees in the hive, chase all the clouds from the sky,
about a nostalgic rub. Damn. I remember either the book or the movie. Book fashion.
So help me if you can. I've got to get back to the house at the corner by one. You'd be surprised, there's so much to be done. Count all the bees in the hive, chase all the clouds from the sky. Back to the days of Christopher Robin, back to the ways of Christopher Robin, back to the ways of Pooh.
Wow. What a really cool song. I could just visualize that story being played out, man. And I know that at some point I remember the story. I remember the visuals of Pooh getting the honey pot stuck on his nose.